Hey, Merry Christmas to everybody out there. You're tuned in to Scott Spears Now, and we are here for the Big Nut Christmas special. 'Tis the season. It is the month of December, and Christmas is upon us. And what a pleasure it is to have in the studio with us today, John Big Nut Peters, here for the big holiday. Now, John Big Nut, it's holiday time. What's your favorite part about the holidays? This holiday, Christmas.
Well, obviously, to see the smiles on the kids' faces and the grandkids' faces, and of course, candy and all that kind of good stuff. You're always going to eat something during the holiday that you don't normally eat the rest of the time of the year. Because Big Nut likes to eat. So I'm looking forward to the food, but just spending time with the family and sharing time with the loved ones. And our grandkids are getting older now. We've got a 15-year-old grandson, a 12-year-old grandson, and a 7-year-old grandson, and they love to play cards. So we get together at the table and we start playing cards, and before you know it, cards are flying and we're having a good old time.
Now, what is your favorite Christmas memory when you look back at your childhood?
Favorite Christmas memory as a child? I guess seeing cousins, a lot of cousins and relatives I don't normally get to see. It was always just a special treat spending time with cousins and people that you don't see very often, and we were at that same age factor where we were all kind of like the same age, and it worked out really well.
Was there ever a gift or something that came from Santa Claus that you really wanted?
What was that one? The gun, the Johnny.
Oh, the Red Ryder?
The Red Ryder.
Red Ryder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you're a kid, what is Christmas like? How does it change as you get older?
Well, it's becoming financially more expensive as you get older, because you have that prerogative or that right to spoil the kids and spoil especially to spoil the grandkids. Because I tell my kids all the time, you guys just go home, just leave the grandkids here with me and Mimi, and she's known as Mimi, First Lady Nut, and I'm Papa. So Mimi, Papa.
Now, was it more fun as a kid or as an adult?
I think it's more fun as an adult.
Yeah,
I really do. I mean, because it's about as a little kid, you're busy playing with other kids and stuff like that, but now it's kind of like you can kind of control the tempo of things, and hey, if it's kind of getting boring, hey guys, it's time to play cards.
Yeah.
Get the deck of cards out, or we'll play Monopoly or some kind of a board game, and we've even done Twister in the living room floor. Oh yeah, that's interesting.
What is it about this time of year, the month of December? Lights go up on people's houses. People get a little friendlier. You hear the music when you go into stores. It's just a different month. There's nothing like December in Ohio and a whole lot of other places.
You're right, and it's kind of like the Big Nuts pickles, the lime pickles.
Exactly.
The lime pickles were we started that lime pickle out. That's the dilly deal, but the lime pickle was one that we just did for Christmas time, and now we do it year round. But I think when you have it only for a short time, it is more special. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna come to an end. And just like the Big Nut, there's gonna come a day where the Big Nut won't be at the games anymore. So everything comes to an end. But that's why you cherish the moments now as you get older, because they're less and less years to go.
Now, what would bring the Big Nut to an end? Would there ever be a time where you wouldn't want to do this anymore?
Well, not that I wouldn't want to do it, but First Lady Nut, if I upset her, so I got to keep her.
You got to keep her happy.
Yeah,
you got to.
Yeah.
Now,
happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's what they say. When it comes to shopping, are you somebody who likes shopping? Do you like going to the stores, or do you do it online, or have somebody else do it?
You need to have First Lady Nut over here and answer that question.
I heard.
Yeah.
So you're not the shopper.
I'm not really a shopper, but here again, the part of the Big Nut, he can be radical. You might find it hard to believe, but he can be a little radical. And when I get to the store and I see one thing, it might lead me to two things and three or more. So I mean, I could get radical at times, and spend more money than maybe I should, but yeah.
It's Christmas,
right?
That's what we say.
But my grandkids, it's never big enough or too much for them.
No, and Christmas is really in general for the kids.
Absolutely.
They enjoy it. They
Absolutely.
love it. Everything about it.
But they also need to understand the meaning of Christmas.
Well, and that's an important point, and bring that up because a lot of this holiday does have to do with trees and Santa Claus and lights and so on and so forth. But there obviously is a meaning, another side to this holiday.
Correct.
Now tell people a little bit.
About way in the manger?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's about the birth of Jesus Christ. And, you know, with the wise men coming to visit, and he was born in a manger and in Jerusalem, and or, I'm sorry, in Bethlehem. But yeah, I mean, that's how the story of Jesus Christ was born. And of course, he came to this world, and he died for us and for our sins, and to give us a chance.
You know, and that's still a big part of this holiday. There are still nativity scenes that people put out. There are still church programs that go on. Almost every church that I'm aware of has a service prior to Christmas. The Christmas Eve services are huge at all of the churches. Those are nice things to attend if you can.
Scott, that is a great conversation you just brought up. Because as a kid, as a child, when we grew up in a Christian home, we had these plays for Christmas, and you always everybody had a role at church in the Christmas play. Whether you were a shepherd, whether you were Joseph, or just a narrator to speak, whoever, be an angel, whatever. But yeah, I went through all that for many years.
You know, and the audiences for those programs are different than maybe a school play or something like that. They come in, as they say, they're wearing their Sunday best. Everybody, they bring the whole family out. It's just a different feel.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's how my mom was. You know, my mom and my stepdad, you know, when they'd have chicken barbecues at our church, my mom, you know, everybody would write down, like, they're going to make 1 pie or 2 pies. My mom would make 4 pies or 5 pies. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how she was. She always wanted to put a smile on someone's face and have them out.
Well, and that's important. How do you keep this Christmas spirit that we all have right now, that everybody is giving and everybody's happy and everybody's ready for this? How do you keep that going all year round? It's hard for a lot of people.
That's a good question. That's an honest and fair question. Because, you know, I guess you got to turn the other cheek. You try to look at someone else's situation from their aspect of it, not from like, you know, if you know, you're driving down the road and somebody swerves over and you're like yelling at him, hey, you know, calling him something negative. Well, then maybe they swerved because they're a dead animal or something was in the road, or a child ran out in the road and they avoided from hitting them. I mean, your first instinct is always, you know, hey, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything wrong. It's that person. But you got to look at the whole picture and look at it from their end of it, and, you know, and see that, you know, maybe there was more of a reason why they did what they did. You know, and try to, you know, try not to judge, try not to you know, falsely accuse somebody of something, and you know, I mean, trust me, the Big Nut gets accused of that a few times. I've heard the whispers. Oh yeah, Big Nut, you know, all that stuff he sells, you know, he spends lots of money going to all these games and stuff. Well, that's how he makes his money. No, it's not. All 100% of our products go for kids for college or attend Ohio State. And same way with our tickets. Oh, he gets his tickets for free down at the Horseshoe.
You hear that a lot.
Oh yeah. You know, we've heard that. You know, I mean, and it's like, no, we have season tickets, but we have to pay for our tickets. You know, through the Buckeye Club, and our endowment at the university through the President's Club.
And there is no association with the university.
That is correct.
Yeah, people think that. That's one of those
guilty
things.
by association, I guess. I don't know, but no, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah. Now, these items, I want to bring this up again. We talked about this on the episode you were on with us, but these are great items for the holidays, and a lot of people have that Ohio State fan in their life who they would like to get a gift for. What a great item this would be. Any of these items would be for people, and certainly would make any Buckeye happy on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Just tell people a little bit about these again, and where do they get them?
Well, you can buy them. They're on the list of stores are on Facebook, my Facebook page, John Peters, and which is a public page, and also I have I guess you call it a figure page or a fan page, Big Enough for Buckeyes, And then also you can go to the Big Nut Scholarship Fund page as well, and if you scroll back far enough, you'll see a list of the items and the stores they're in. We've had them in a few stores, like at Upper Sandusky, which no longer, but Kaler's drugstore.
Oh yes.
Andy and Brenda was really great friends of mine, and of course Andy passed away, and Brenda, they sold the store, and that is owned by the hospital now. So I mean, but we are in a couple places. First Lady, the one place, our product from Cary, which is close to here.
Yeah, not too far, just up the road.
I have to look.
We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it.
All right.
But now, so we have the barbecue sauce, we have the pickles, and we have the popcorn.
Correct.
And now, do you have a favorite?
Well, they're all my favorite.
Of course, they have to be, like your children.
I mean, it depends what I'm in the mood for, you know.
Yeah.
So.
But the barbecue sauce, as we talked about, can go great on chicken, can go great on ribs, can go great as a dipping sauce. And of course, who doesn't like popcorn?
Right.
You don't meet anybody who doesn't
Well,
like popcorn.
and I think the popcorn is kind of a nice way to break it up, because we are in some of the football stadiums, high school stadiums, okay, because they offer regular popcorn. I thought, well, this is kind of a good idea for the sweet tooth people. You know, that it's different than just regular popcorn. And this way, we sell it at the Fremont Ross football games, and also at the basketball games too, because they know what we're trying to do to raise money for the kids. And there's so many people that want to pay for it. I mean, like you said, when they find out what we're doing, and so, you know, we've given out 97 scholarships today.
That's great.
It is great, but we're not done. And that's a total of each for 500. So what is that? $48,500. And we have the 3 endowments that give out scholarship. You know, at the Ohio State University, our endowment. We get notified of who gets scholarships there as well. And then once a year we get down to the university. Then we have dinner with them, which was really nice. But we are in. Last year we were in 9 schools. We gave 11 scholarships. This year we added 2 more schools, Old Fort, which is in Seneca County, and Port Clinton High School, which is in Ottawa County. So now we are going to give out, we're going to be in 11 high schools and give out 13 scholarships. And then to finish Ottawa County next year, we're going to give out one at Genoa High School, Danbury High School, which is up in Marblehead, Lakeside, and then Put Bay High School. So when it's all said and done, we're going to be giving out 14, where we will be in 14 high schools, and we'll give out a total of 16 scholarships of paying for it, each for $500.
And all these items under $10?
That is correct.
So that's a great.
So yeah, I mean, it's like I say, you know, if we can pay for it, help these kids out for college, it's a great thing.
Now, when we're thinking of Christmas, what is the first thing that pops in your brain when you think of Christmas?
The first thing, Burl Ives.
You know, I heard a CD of Burl Ives today. Holly Jolly Christmas, Frosty the Snowman, all those great songs he did. Do we have people like that today? A lot of the Christmas music today is a little different, but luckily we have these old tunes that come up every year.
Right. I mean, we're very fortunate to have the old tunes come up every year. Some of the newer ones are not too bad. Is it Michael Bublé?
Bublé, he does a great job.
And there's some other ones. I know we follow country. We like country music. I'm a classic rocker though too. But First Lady got me into country, and I'm a big Kenny Chesney fan.
Oh, okay.
And I love Kenny Chesney and Alan Jackson, and seen them both in concert. Yeah, you know, Nat King Cole was another
classic. Bing Crosby.
Bing, yeah, absolutely. Bing.
These people come out every Christmas. And you know, I just recently heard today that Brenda Lee, who is still with us, will turn 79 on December the 11th. Her song, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, for the first time ever since its release 65 years ago, went to #1 this year.
Oh, nice.
On the Billboard charts.
Now that's amazing. That's awesome.
Now that should tell you something about these standards. 65 years later, it's finally #1. And thank goodness she's around to see it this Christmas.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, I mentioned earlier about Pete Rose. I really do wish they would reinstate Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame for baseball. Because, you know, he didn't get called Charlie Hustle for nothing. And you know what? I think he still deserves to be in the Hall of Fame in some capacity.
And by most accounts, I mean, sadly, I mean, clearly he is going to go in when he leaves us. But it'd be nice, I think, for a lot of people if he went in while he was still here.
Absolutely. And that same with Archie Griffin. You know, I firmly believe they should have a statue of Archie Griffin outside
Why-
the horseshoe.
Why is he the one? Why is he the guy? Because he
Right.
clearly is. He's a
'Cause
two-time
he's the
Heisman
only
Trophy
two-time winner.
Yeah, it's right there.
But he's much more than that.
Well,
he's
yes.
a great ambassador for the university. And Jack Park is another one.
Oh,
Jack,
yeah,
Jack is a good
yeah.
friend of mine, the true historian, and Jack is phenomenal. I love the guy. He's the best kept secret at Ohio State. He really is. But Archie, he is such a class act. Archie is such a great ambassador for the Ohio State University, and you know, you can't thank him enough for what he does. He's another one that he will never turn down somebody taking it. See, it's an honor and blessing to me if somebody wants their picture taken with me. That's a blessing to me. You know, I don't understand why they want their picture taken with me. You know, like little kids on the spring game or on a regular game, they'll come up and want me to sign their jersey or something. That's an honor to me. I mean, come on, I'm just John Peters. I'm just a factory worker working at Whirlpool in Clyde, Ohio. You know. But you know what though, Archie's like that. Archie would never never say nothing bad about anybody. He always takes a picture if somebody wants a picture with him. He's very obliging to people, and he's got a great scholarship program.
Yeah, and has done a lot of great. You know, the head coaches get so associated with the team, and we've even had presidents like Gordon Gee who got so associated with the team.
Right.
When you look back at this, is it Woody Hayes? Is that the one that will first and foremost always come to mind for Buckeye fans?
Well, for us older Buckeye fans, yeah, absolutely. And you know, the great thing about it, as a kid, I had an opportunity to meet Woody a couple of times because he would come up to Fremont and eat at a banquet and speak, and I had a chance to meet him, and it was phenomenal. And Woody, his first year in 1951. His first captain in '51 was a Fremont kid named Bob Hyde. Bob moved back to Fremont after he graduated and played football, and settled down and became a local attorney in Fremont.
Not too bad.
Got to know Bob. Yeah.
Now, for a Buckeye fan, what would be a good gift? Because there are a lot of Buckeye fans in this neck of the woods. If they're looking,
a Cotton Bowl victory.
That
Ain't that
yes.
Ain't that a great victory?
That would be
That'd
a great thing.
Great present. Great present.
What do you think the chances of that are on the level?
Well, you never want to sell yourself short or cut yourself out. I mean, obviously, you give respect where respect is due. Missouri's a great team, but you know what? I got the utmost faith that we'll rise above and win that game. Just like the last 3 years we played that team up north. I still felt great. Each game I felt we were going to win. And, you know, as the game goes on, it's a game within a game, you know, and you have to control certain things, and it didn't go that way.
Now, when it comes to Christmas, what does your house look like? Do you decorate with certain items every year?
We do. You know, just different on the front door. We have a Buckeye wreath, a Christmas wreath, and then we also have Buckeye items in the house. Things we actually have a Buckeye Christmas tree, a little one. That stays up year round though. Yeah, we're not taking that down.
No, you don't want to take that down.
No.
No, that's nice to look at all the time around.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, we talked a little bit about music. Do you have a favorite Christmas carol or Christmas song?
See, when you say a favorite, like what's your favorite Buckeye game of all time? See, it's like an injustice to all the rest because they're all
hard.
they're all good.
It's hard.
They're all good.
They're all good.
Absolutely. However, I do have one. But favorite song? You say a favorite song?
And you also have a favorite game, too.
Well, hang on, Sloopy's one of my favorite songs.
Well, there you go.
Now that's
Play that at Christmas
That's
anytime.
universal. It's like OH.
Yeah.
You know?
I.O.?
That's universal. That's universal language. You can say it any time of the year. You know, people know.
Yeah.
You know. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Man, I really don't. I love them all. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I mean, I love all the Christmas songs. And you know, firstly, it drives her nuts. It does, because I was ready to turn on the radio station on Toledo, but there was a station that plays all Christmas music, and I said, how come it ain't on yet? She goes, well, it'll be on by a certain day. Okay. So I turned it on that first day, and we're going down the road, and she got mad at me because It ain't Christmas yet.
No.
It wasn't even Thanksgiving. I said,
Oh.
hey, it's Christmas. We're playing Christmas music. And we had Christmas music coming on down here to Marion to visit you tonight.
Well, see, now I think that's good though in the Christmas season, but I have to agree because I think when you do it before Thanksgiving, it's a little bit of a jump of the gun.
Right? Well, people put their Christmas trees up before
Oh, they do
Thanksgiving.
because they think it's going to be the last warm day.
yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is going to be the last warm day of the season here in Ohio, so we got to get this stuff up.
Right. Well, it's like Halloween. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, some people think, "Hey, Big Nut, why you look like that?" It's, well, it's a carryover from Halloween, you know, or you know, I'm getting ready for Halloween early. You know?
You got when you're driving down the road. What is the most interesting story you have of somebody seeing you like this, out of the stadium?
They're hanging out. They put their window down. They're hanging out the car.
Yeah.
With their camera. They're trying to get a picture. They want me to put my window down. So for a while there on 23, on State Route 23 heading south, we'd get to a light, you know, and people would be, you know, they'd want to get a picture. So I'd oblige them. I'd put my window down, you know, and they'd take a picture and stuff like that. Well, sometimes we'd be moving, and I'd have buckeye necklaces, you know, as you got on your neck.
Absolutely.
And I'd toss it out the window from one car to our car to their car. Sometimes it got into the window and they caught it. Other times it's still laying on the road.
It's down there on 23. Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you a real quick story. We were on game day. We were all painted up, ready for a game, and we had some friends in front of us, about 5 cars up. They seen it happen. We felt it happen. We're right off of Lane Avenue, on the ramp to go down, to get on Lane Avenue, right off of 315. Well, somehow I think somebody behind us, way back in line, they got out because it was bumper to bumper. They got out. They got clipped by somebody, spun the car, it hit the side, right in the side. It did hit the car in front of me. It did hit the car behind me, thank God, because they were elderly people, and it could have killed them. But it hit my car right in the side, boom. And it hit us, it blew our tires out, totaled my car. But unbelievably, this young girl, she hit us, her car bounced off of us, back across 315, like 3 lanes, never hit one car going through.
Wow.
She hit the wall and she come to a stop. Now, thank God she was okay. And we were okay. Of course, First Lady, she jumps out of the car and she's ready to rip some, you know what. I mean, she was not happy. And she got up there and found out, like, what are you doing? Well, it was a very unfortunate accident, you know. So well, this time now the cops get there, you know, and all that stuff, you know, and you got to make a lemon. You take a lemon, you make lemonade out of it, right?
That's right.
So in the world of the Buckeyes, when you got 4 people, what do you do? So the 3 cops were right there. So First Lady got her camera. I said, "Come on, we're gonna do an OHIO." So we were out there on 315, and they're shutting traffic down now, you know. So I got a picture with the cops and the medical people that were there with the ambulance. And so we did an OHIO.
That is a unique experience.
Yeah, I hope the guy never experienced that again.
No, you don't want to.
Not that way, but yeah, it was. And from that point on, I never saw that car again. And I love that car. It was an Envoy. I love it.
You know, when I think about Christmas, of course, one of the things we have to think about, we have our friend the Grinch here, who is very popular now. My goodness, there is Grinch everything at the stores. There are Grinch Hershey Kisses, there are Grinch whoopee cushions. But it all started with a book, Dr. Seuss, the late Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and of course we see things like the Grinch plush dolls like this. Do you have a favorite Christmas story? It was the night before Christmas. You hear that a lot.
Right.
Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge. Any stick out in your mind?
You know, I like Drummer Boy, the little Drummer Boy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what you mean like Dr. Seuss book? Green Eggs and Spam.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Green Eggs and Spam.
Something we see this year a lot.
See, people understand. Spam is a wonderful thing. Okay, liver and onions, Spam. You can't go wrong with Spam.
You know, there was a run on Spam during the pandemic. People thought it was going to go away, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. It came back, thank goodness.
It did. We were actually fortunate to visit friends of ours in Minneapolis. So we got a chance to go to the State Fair in Minnesota, where the Buckeyes were up there that week. And lo and behold, we were walking around the fairgrounds, and there was a tent, and it was a Spam tent. And they had like 8 different flavors of Spam. Because I had to get, you know, and I like hot stuff. So I had to get the jalapeno Spam. It was delicious.
Jalapeno Spam?
Yes, it was delicious.
Huh. Well, that's I imagine that had a very unique taste.
It was.
So do you like just plain Spam right out of the can, or do you want it fried up?
I eat both ways, but I like it fried with eggs. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So you got me going this eggs and Spam.
Now we're talking
with
food.
eggs and ham, but okay. But anyways, yeah, Grinch. See, that's the thing. You know, it's the gift of life. With Christmas is all about the gift of life.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We see a lot of ornaments this type of year. There's decoration everywhere, and it's bright and it's colorful, and I think that cheers people up.
It does. And Easter's the same way. You know, I mean, the meaning of Easter, which we know what the meaning of Easter is all about, but the pastel colors is kind of cheerful and brighten people up too. Because, you know, and this is the time of year we've gone into nursing homes, into assisted living, and did some events. And that kind of brightens their spirits up a little.
Well, it does, because people have to remember there are people whose family cannot get to them, or who don't have any family left, that need a little cheering up this time of year.
Absolutely. And usually on homecoming weekend, when we go down to the games for homecoming weekend, we'll go to the day before, and then we'll go over to the Children's Hospital nationwide. And the little kids, you don't want to see me cry here, okay? A fat guy with face paint crying is not a good thing. But you know what? When you go in there and them little kids at Nationwide Children's Hospital, and you visit the children and put a smile on their face, they don't know nothing different than what they're going through. They're fighters. I mean, you see people that sit and complain and, oh, my aches and my joints, and you know, I'm just having a bad day and blah blah blah. It's like, you don't know what it's like. You don't know what, when you go visit the. I would recommend to anybody, go visit the little kids at the Children's Hospital, anywhere. Go to the Ronald McDonald House, go wherever, and they give you that appreciation for life.
You know what's great about kids who unfortunately are facing some kind of horrible illness is that they have something that adults who maybe are facing horrible illnesses do not always have, and that's optimism. Because I don't think they know any other way. You know, it's, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
You've got to get up and deal with it.
Exactly. They do. They're fighters.
They do.
They don't complain.
No.
They just go on their daily routine, you know. And
you know, and there's something about that, and I think that is a big part of this holiday, is that it is centered mostly on the kids, and that when a kid gets up on Christmas morning and Santa Claus has come and the cookies have been eaten and the note's been left, you just see their eyes when they see that Christmas tree.
Absolutely.
And whatever that is, it's very important, and you don't get it any other day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think we all believe in Santa right here in our heart. We know he lives forever.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's an interesting thing, because years ago there's a letter, and I always think that kids, because you hear that all this time, kids, listen, people are going to come to you on the plane, they're going to say there's no Santa Claus and all that sort of thing. But years ago, it's over 100 years old now, yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. And all you have to do is read what this man wrote. I you know, it's a perfect letter, and it appears in newspapers all through this season.
Right, absolutely. And as you mentioned, seasonal. That's why I got my basketball stuff on now, because you know we're getting close to the basketball season for the Buckeyes.
Now, how are you feeling about that? Optimistic, of course.
Well,
optimistic.
They're playing well. They're playing well. Thornton is playing well, and some of the other guys, the newer guys, step up. You know, some unbelievable things happen. You know, and basketball is see we like to we don't want to show favoritism, because me and First Lady, she played basketball in high school. I played a little bit in high school, but I got hurt. I quit, and I got cut, and that's another story. So no, I wasn't a great athlete at all, by no means, okay, at all. But First Lady played basketball in high school. We follow high school basketball, girls and boys. We follow Ohio State basketball, girls and boys, and so we love basketball, and besides football, and you know, I'm a big baseball fan. I do go to Ohio State once in a while to a wrestling meet. I like watching wrestling.
And that's a great gift as well. A pair of tickets to any of these things. What a great gift. We're going to come back and talk more about all the great things going on at Ohio State. Tickets to those and the holiday season, the Big Nut Christmas special here on Scott Spears Now. Back in just a moment. 'Tis the season. Scott Spears back with you here, and we are having a great time here on the Big Nut Christmas special. And if that hat does not say Christmas, I don't know what does. Big Nut, you got to tell us about this hat. Of course, it's basketball season, and holy moly.
You got to hoop it up, you know, and I just put it together, and I love the ping pong balls. You know that they look like basketballs, and also the Ohio State little logo on the white ones. And then once in a while, I'll try to see if I can make one into the net. You know, at a game, I'll turn my head around just right where. You know, so
And they look like ornaments.
they do.
Yeah.
It's another one of the crazy outfits that the Big Nut likes to wear.
Not bad at all. Now, before the break, we were talking about all the great programs at Ohio State, and of course, a great Christmas gift for somebody would be some tickets. You know, it doesn't have to be front row. You can get them anywhere
Correct.
in the arena, and it's a fun experience to go to these games. Certainly, basketball season is upon us, but you were talking about all the great programs at Ohio State: baseball, wrestling, so on and so forth.
Yes, we've actually given out scholarships for students that are on the rowing team. So there's a lot of great events that they do there. Just so many. You got to do your research. You know, do your homework. You know, like when Big Nut gets tickets for an away game. You know, we'll call the university the first day they go on sale. If we like them, we'll buy them. But we don't tell them who we are, because if they know who we are, they'll charge us double. so we'll buy them. If not, buy them. You know, SeatGeek, StubHub, and Ticketmaster. They love us. I mean, you know, we spend our share of money through them guys, and they, you know, support them as well.
Yeah. You know, when I think about Christmas, as we talked about earlier, there are the plays, there are the songs. Do you have a favorite movie
Schindler's List.
for Christmas?
Well, not for Christmas, but
That's a favorite movie in general.
Schindler's List is a very inspirational, touching thing for me, because at the end, you know, Oscar Schindler, he wept and cried, because not for the people that he saved, but for the ones he could not save, that he couldn't save, or you know, there. So that should be our spiritual goal and drive for each one of us in this world, is that there's always more you can do. You know, that there's it's never done until it's done. Never over till it's over, right? And you know, if that could be a driving force for somebody out there, because that's what the Big Nut's all about in our scholarship program. It's about, one is awareness, and two, to inspire. We would inspire people. And so, you know, the idea is like Schindler's List, Oscar, you know, weep because he couldn't save these people he saved. He didn't look at them people that he did save. He looked at all the ones he couldn't save. So it's like you always look at what more you can do for somebody else. And so my favorite movie for Christmas?
For Christmas. Oh,
you know,
so many.
you know, Christmas Vacation.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, that's quite the classic. You know, we watch. In fact, First Lady, we watch it every year. We'll watch it either the day before or the morning of, or sometime throughout the day. We'll watch it, and we, you know, like Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes, so you know the song. You know
I
the
know
movies.
those. I know.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the standards. You know, It's a Wonderful Life. And the one that I am sad that doesn't get played as much as it used to, and I think it's a great movie, is Miracle on 34th Street.
Absolutely.
The original is tremendous, and I don't. It used to be on just about as much as It's a Wonderful Life, but it's not anymore.
Correct.
And I think that's Santa Claus on Trial, and I'm not going to tell you the end because that's really the whole movie. You got to watch the movie.
Sure.
The end is terrific.
Yeah.
One of the best endings of any movies you'll ever want to see.
Absolutely.
So when we think about this time of year, oh, by the way, I do want to mention it's Market 113 in Cary.
Yes.
If they want to get some of the items, the popcorn,
Correct.
the barbecue sauce, the pickles.
Correct. And she also has a couple other outlet stores that she puts it into as well. But that's probably one of the closer ones to Marion. But you know, like Bassett's up in Northwest Ohio, and Churchill's in Toledo. There's just so many places. There's you'd have to check the list out, you know. So,
Are there any kind of traditions at Christmas that you keep up with? Any particular things you do during the month of December, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day?
traditions.
Traditions.
Well, I know on Thanksgiving morning, I work down the VFW. We give out, we dish up and give out over 1,100 meals this past year. They're all free dinners. But for Christmas, yeah, we have some traditional things we do. They're kind of private though.
Well, that's understandable.
You know, I mean, we don't, you know, just some things that me and First Lady, then of course us with our children and us and our grandchildren. But yeah, there's church is at the front of it. You know, going to church as a family is a great thing. It really is.
Now, do you go to a service on Christmas Eve?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
When you walk,
Sometimes I go twice.
when you walk in, what's that feeling on Christmas Eve that you get?
Well, it's very angelic, like, you know. It's just because here again, it's something you know is special. You know, you know what Christmas Eve is all about. It's the enjoyment. It's like being around the Buckeye Nation on game day. It's you go into church, you see familiar faces, and then the ones you don't know know who they are. You never seen them before. You go up and make them feel welcome. You know, you just say, "Hey, hi, my name is so and so. Nice to see you here." You know, and you know, you get to know people, and you know that can change a person's life. You know.
Now, do you think a lot about your parents at this time of year?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're actually getting ready to go to Florida right now. We just took them out for a nice meal the other day, and they're going to go down and stay with my sister in Florida, and then they'll come back after the holiday. So
Now, what were Christmases like as a child?
phenomenal. Lots of toys, lots of clothes, lots of food. It was always football. You know, we go outside and we'd be sliding around in the snow and the mud and playing football.
Do you think anything has changed in the last 50 or 60 years? Certainly technology has changed leaps and bounds, even in the last 20 years, when it comes to Christmas.
Well, let me ask you this: how many bikes do you see kids get anymore for Christmas?
That used to be a huge gift,
You know,
at Christmas time.
I mean, you don't even see basketball hoops up in driveways anymore.
No.
You know, that was the neighborhood thing. You meet at so and so's in the driveway and play basketball till it got dark. You know, and you don't see that stuff anymore.
Yeah, and do you think this is a affect of technology?
I think so, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, my grandson, my oldest one, you know, they all play sports. I'm very fortunate that they do, but they also have to know when to put the electronics down. When it's time to, hey, it's time, you know, bigger, faster, stronger. I tell them, you know, and my 50-year-old grandson, he's in a size about 14 shoe right now, and so he's definitely getting bigger. He's about 6'3", and he is lifting for football, and he plays baseball. So, and then my middle grandson who's 12, he might be bigger than the oldest one, and then the youngest one who's 7, he gonna be in the biggest one of the 3. So we'll see what happens.
Do you have a favorite Christmas memory that sticks out? Something that happened?
Boy, that's a good question.
You know, you look at these memories and they pop out. You know, when you're...
They do. You don't think of it, and all of a sudden it's like...
There it is.
There it is.
There it is, right in
and
front of you.
sometimes when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
The way you wake up in the middle of the night, but I can't share it, though, because if I wake her up, that might be trouble.
That's right. It'd be a bad day.
That would be good. No.
You know, it's fascinating because I think a lot of these things that have to do with Christmas that people see as very commercialized really are not so commercialized. I think there's some attachment to something in somebody's child or to somebody in their family. You know, Christmas oranges are something we don't see anymore, but that used to be a very popular thing, especially after World War II. Everybody got an orange in their stocking because it represented gold. Didn't have to be gold, just a representation.
Okay.
And I think that those things still, for some people, hold some meaning.
Well, the thing is, you know, it's not about me. It's about, you know, other people.
Right.
But one thing I do like to do is toward Christmas, I'll go to the local grocery store and I'll buy a full case or 2 cases of oranges and bananas. And I take them to the baking industry where we do our baking, and give them to all the workers, the people in there, and they can either take one for themselves or they give them out to other people that come in, because you know they do such great work with us, you know, for our scholarship program, and they're very understanding, and you know, there's time-consuming parts of it, you know, and so you know, here again we like to give something to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's really what this, you know, the whole saying, it's better to give than to receive. You know, that sits right at Christmas time.
That's true.
More than maybe any other time of the year.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, The more you give, the more you receive. I truly believe that. You know, it might not be food, it might not be money, it might not be any kind of item or whatever. But I think spiritually, I think you know, the good Lord's gonna you know, give you more than what you can handle.
Where did your strong belief come from? How did that evolve?
Paying attention, I guess, in Sunday school and in church. I know I always sat with my mom and stepdad in church because some of the other kids in our class, they'd be up in the balcony horse playing, you know, and I think I did that one time, and I got a lecture for it. And from then on, I was, you know, sat with my parents, you know, in the pew, and you just pay attention, I guess, and and it's more than just paying attention. It's about doing what's right, you know. I tried to enlist in the military when I was younger, and unfortunately they didn't take me. I wasn't eligible due to I have very serious allergies and asthma, and then also I was flat-footed. So back then, now, I don't know how they view it today, but back then they wouldn't take me, and I was disappointed. I was almost an eagle in Boy Scouts. We talked about this before, Scott.
Yeah, but it's interesting.
You know, I was a big Boy Scout fan, you know, and then I was in Scouts, and I loved it. I loved the you know, the friendship with everybody in the troops, other troops too. You know, we go to Viacana, the sleds and stuff, but you know, it's just that I was this close to being an eagle, and I didn't finish. Just kind of like not having that degree from the Ohio State University. You know, it is what it is, I guess. You know, and maybe that's some people. That's a cop out, and I'm a loser to them. That's fine. But if I can pay forward and help these kids out for college, I feel like I've won. That I did do something right. You know.
Well, and you know what? What other people think is just what other people think.
Yeah, I mean, you have no control over what they think. You know?
No.
I wish them well. You know, I mean, you know, 'tis the season. Ho ho ho. You know, I mean, I hope they have a wonderful Christmas, and I really believe. But like I said, you try not to think about people like that because for whatever reason. I mean, because 99% of them have been wonderful to the Big Nut and to John and Trace Peters, and have been over backwards, and they've been very cordial to us, very polite, and we've made some lasting friendships forever. You just don't know what the good Lord's going to bring.
What is the best part of being the Big Nut?
Unique. I'm just myself, and I was told this a long time ago by a photographer. I bought a picture from him that he took of me at the championship game in 2002, and he said that you could have crossed over the line, and I was just being me, and I don't know what that line is about, what that line is containing or concerning or pertains to, but he says you crossed that line. I said, well, I never knew that the line even existed, you know. I still don't, you know. It's just being unique and doing your own thing, you know, and that's just what I do, you know, and if I can help these kids out for college, then my mission is complete, you know.
Now, if somebody wanted to apply for a scholarship, how would they do that?
Well, we offer it locally in certain schools,
right,
in Northwest Ohio. But if they want to go to, you can apply for our scholarship if you already at Ohio State. You can go to osu.edu and do a search on scholarships and look under there for the Big Nut John Paul Peters Scholarship. And them scholarships that we give out there, I think, are over $2,000 a piece, which is a nice chunk of change, you know. So they can apply through that. And that's open to anybody in the state of Ohio, or anybody that goes to Ohio State. You're already at Ohio State, okay? So you can apply for it in between your freshman and sophomore year, or in between your sophomore and junior year. You can apply for them. So, and that's all done by the university. They have their own board of directors or their committee members, and they do all their own selecting.
Now, there's one thing I want to touch on, because this is a very important part of this time of year, is there are people who this isn't the happiest time of the year for them. They might be alone, might be suffering with something. What advice would you have to those people? What should they do to try to get out of the holiday blues that a lot of people have?
Talk to a pastor. Go to a church. Visit a church. Talk to somebody that can give them help. You need to reach out and, go and sit at a restaurant, and talk to somebody. Talk to a stranger if you have to. I knew a woman who just lost her son through suicide, and it was very very emotional, and it's just so sad that maybe she didn't see the signs, or somebody else didn't see the signs that they were having issues that they need help, because you know what, that person, if the right person comes along and can change their thinking and change the outcome. Think about the greatest that person could do for other people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My mother told me a long time ago. Now, I assume she was being honest with me. I mean, moms never lie, right?
Right.
She said that I was supposed to be dead when I was born. And I never really dug in deeper into the conversation of that. But that's what she told me. That I was supposed to be. I don't know if she was having pregnancy issues or what, but I was supposed to be dead when I was born. And by the grace of God, I'm here, and that's all that matters. And all that matters is that I can make a positive influence in someone's life.
Now, is the Christmas time for you a fun time of year? I mean, the football season ends.
Oh, absolutely.
There's still a bowl game coming up.
Right.
But it's the Ohio State-Michigan game almost always falls the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Correct.
So it really goes along with the holiday season itself.
Well, it's really going to be special this year because our son lives in England, Oxford, England, works for the government, and our granddaughter, who is over 2 years old now, and they're going to come home for Christmas. So that'll be extra special for us. We visited them back in June. And that was the first time I'd seen them in a year and a half. So this will be the second time in almost 2 years. And so yeah, it is definitely a special time of the year for us.
There's something about seeing your child on Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then our son was born on Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? Now, what was that like? To have a child born on Christmas? That must have been a busy Christmas.
Well, here again, you need to talk to First Lady Nut about that. First Lady Nut, you want to say something?
We had Christmas with our daughter, and then we went to the hospital.
Went to the hospital. Now, was that the due date? December 25th?
He was actually due on Big Nut's birthday, January 8th.
Oh, early, a little early.
Yeah. Now, do you know who else was born that day?
January 8th?
Yes.
No. Who was born on January 8th?
Well, you call him Swivel Hips. Elvis Presley.
Elvis. Oh, that is right. Elvis.
But
was born on
that's
January 8th.
that's where the similarities begin and end, right there.
That's it. Just the swivel hips.
Yeah. We
born on the date.
I'm not a dancer. Yeah.
Elvis is big this time of year.
Oh,
Christmas.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What is a Blue Christmas?
Yes.
The famous Elvis Presley song.
Right.
And you hear these things, car to car, radio station to radio station, and it really does make people happy. And if you can do that, that's about the best thing you can do.
Well, I was hoping that the Buckeyes get to the championship game in Houston.
That's
Texas.
right.
And what day was that? I think that was January 8th, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. Now, it didn't turn out that way, but that's okay.
That would have been a great birthday present. Yeah.
That's right. Now, when you have a birthday so close to Christmas, is it ever a problem?
No, because I'm kind of like last in the pecking order, so when they get around to celebrate it, we celebrate. I mean, I just no, it's not a problem at all. No, it's a blessing. Every birthday's a blessing. But I know the month of March is kind of crazy. There's a lot of birthdays in the month of March in our family, so that's I'm kind of thankful I'm not in March then.
Now, a lot of people get the blues at Christmas, unfortunately, when the day is over. They're pumped. Christmas Eve comes,
Right,
that's exciting
right,
for people.
right.
And then Christmas Day, and they go to their event, or they do their thing, or they open their gifts, or whatever they do, and then that night, it's just all over.
That's true. That's true.
But it does come back.
But it absolutely, it has to continue. It should continue,
It does.
So,
and every year it does.
right.
And every year it does. When you were a child, did you have any ornaments or things of that nature that were special to you?
We did. We had certain ornaments on our tree and stuff like that. Little figurines of whether it be Rudolph or Santa Claus, or I had some things with my mom would buy these. They're like brass ornaments, and they were kind of nice. But we had a lot of sporting ornaments on the tree too.
Now there are some things that are very unique to Christmas. How do you feel about eggnog?
If it's spiked.
If it's fine.
No. Eggnog is okay. I would say it's not my favorite, but I would drink it.
It's not bad.
No,
Not too bad. And the other one is fruitcake.
oh, I love fruitcake. Hey, you know what my favorite candy bar is?
What's that?
Zagnut.
Oh, really?
You ever hear of Zagnut candy bar?
I've heard of Zagnut's.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Well, it's got to have a name nut in it. I mean, it can't go wrong.
That
right?
fits in.
Absolutely. But yeah, absolutely. Fruitcake. I love fruitcake.
How do you like those Claxton fruitcakes?
I do.
Oh,
I do. You like them?
no. They're just. I don't know. There's something about a fruitcake to me. It sounds like a good idea.
Right.
Because fruit, that's good. And cake, that's not bad.
Right.
But you put those together, I don't know, something happens.
Not good, huh?
No, not for me.
Wow.
I don't know. There's just something about those that I can't.
How about pickled herring? That's another Christmas thing we eat.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Pickled herring.
Pickled herring, absolutely. Cream pickled herring. Yeah.
Oh, well. There's some Christmas traditions.
Yeah, absolutely. Now back in the day, my aunt and uncle, which lived next door to us, the only time of the year that they would drink it was called a highball, or 777, and it was either they either use Seagram's or Black Velvet. I mean, all this other stuff in the market today that wasn't even around. But back in the day, they'd have 7-Up with Black Velvet or 7-Up with Seagram's. That's what everybody drank. I did though. I always drank, pop or something,
Now, do you like Christmas parties? A lot of those go on. There's office Christmas parties for a lot of people. There are family get-togethers, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean they're fun. They're fun. First Lady probably goes out more than I do to Christmas parties. Yeah, when we get a chance to get together at a Christmas party like that, it's fun. I just bought a new ugly sweater the other day. So
Those are big things now.
and Grinch is on it. Grinch is on it.
In the Grinch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. You're right in the holiday spirit.
Well, see, somebody said to me, "Why don't you get a maize and blue ugly sweater and wear that with an M on it?" I said, "No way." I'm not wearing
Can't do it.
No, I can't do it.
No.
That's why I don't. These guys at work, they make these crazy bets every year between the two, and I don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Thank God, the last 3 years, I'm not wearing no maize and blue on me. Ain't gonna do it.
Now the ugly Christmas sweaters. What do you make of that? That's a fun tradition that's come about in the last 10 or 15 years.
It is kind of fun.
People like that. They sell them in the stores. You
Right.
walk down the aisles. You see this rack of these sweaters that are just trees and colors and things you would never buy or wear any other time of the year. But there it is at Christmas.
It is. Absolutely. I mean, it's like wearing them with Argyle socks.
Oh yeah, the Argyle socks.
Oh yeah, I like my Argyle socks.
Now poinsettias. Now, do you say poinsettia or poinsettia?
I say poinsettia.
Poinsettia.
Yeah.
See, I'm still not sure exactly how you're supposed to say it, because if you read it, it looks like poinsettia on the tag.
Right.
Like, I think we all say poinsettia.
Right.
And there are even some people who say ponset.
Well, it's say like, some say Toledo, some say Toledo.
That's a whole different thing.
Some say potato, some say potato. So I mean, I don't know. It just it is different though. Yeah, but poinsettia. I mean, they're a pretty nice Christmassy thing.
I always say that to me, and we've already went past this with Thanksgiving, but one of the nicest things if you're going to somebody's house for Thanksgiving, if you're a guest and you want to bring something, and maybe you're not a cook or anything of that nature, bring a poinsettia. Because you're going right into the holiday season, and there they go. Now they have the poinsettia for the whole holiday season.
Absolutely. Just like Easter. Easter is right.
Easter lily.
Exactly. Easter
Yeah.
lily. Yeah, absolutely.
So I finally got one of these right.
Yeah.
It took a minute, but we got there. It finally came about. But yeah, I think that it's a nice gift, and there are certain things, again, at Christmas that are in the stores that I do think change the atmosphere of this whole holiday.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, what will you do Christmas Day? Your family coming in?
Yes.
As you said,
yes.
coming in from England,
Yep.
overseas.
Yep. And we'll be spending time at our house and then at our daughter's house. And it's going to be interesting. It really is.
Yeah. Now, when you know that somebody is coming in, your son from a different country, I mean, are you excited like a kid at Christmas?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited about seeing my granddaughter.
Yes.
Getting on the floor and playing with her. Get on your hands and knees and ride around. She can ride on your back. And do all that kind of crazy stuff. Yeah.
Now, how long's it been since they've been here? Or you've seen them?
Well, we saw him like in June.
June.
So it's been relatively soon, I would say, what 5 months, 6 months. But before that, there was a 1.5 year gap because our son was in Japan. They were over in Japan for 3 years, and then he went to Afghanistan for not quite a year. And then when all that trouble went down, his superior would not let him go back. So they're going to be in England for another about 2 years, and then from there, he almost went to Warsaw, Poland. But they'll probably come back to Virginia and work out of DC. So yeah,
Very, very nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you like the artificial trees or do you like the real trees?
Well, that's an interesting comment. We, when the kids are young, we actually go to tree farms and we take the handsaw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a chainsaw. We had to hand cut it.
Oh,
And,
okay.
oh boy, I tell you, laying on that ground was cold.
Yeah.
And but we did it, and that's how we used to do it. Now we have an artificial tree. So
You know, a lot of people don't like the artificial trees, but I think they're nice.
yeah.
You know, certainly you don't get the pine needles on your rug, and they're not
That's
there,
true.
you know, for months and months.
That's
and,
true, yeah.
You know, and I'm still not sure how you take care of a real tree. You have to pour the water in every so often, and it can become a very. But if you like it, go for it.
Absolutely.
You know, that's a big thing.
Well, if you have a house dog, they can water it for you too.
They can take care of it.
Yeah.
And that's very nice if that can happen.
yeah.
But I think, you know, the holiday, hopefully it'll still be alive.
Well, that's true, but it's only gonna live for so long anyway. So
Yeah, it's not gonna last forever.
But then when you need to start to fall, get it out of the house.
That's
Otherwise, your
exactly
house is gonna burn down.
Oh, and you know what? I don't even. Does it last the entire season? It's been so long since I've had a real tree. I think that's tough if you get it right after Thanksgiving,
It can be, absolutely,
because that's 5 weeks now.
absolutely.
We've got a long Christmas season this year.
Yeah, that makes it nice.
Yeah, that is nice, and I think it sticks around, and people are happy, and the decorations and so on and so forth. It's a happy time. Now, as we head into the new year, where are the Buckeyes going?
Well, we're heading in the right direction, right? We're heading to Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, and we'll see what happens. I think in basketball, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good season. I mean, they've only got one loss in the season, but the football team. I think we're gonna see some changes, though. We're not doing the changes, but I think we'll see. We'll see if we lose Jim Knowles, our defensive coordinator. He's been talking to a position down south. I'm not going to say the university's name, but we'll see what happens.
A lot of things up in the air right now.
They are. It's kind of like a wait and see attitude. You hate to do that because when you're waiting for something to happen or expecting something to happen, then you're going backwards. Because if there's doubt in a program, because every day you got to be doing something to make yourself better, and if the program becomes at a standstill, you're not really standing still. You're actually going backwards because you're not progressing. You're not getting better. So let's see what happens, and I think once you get through a few weeks after the bowl game is over in Dallas, I think then you'll see the program keep moving forward.
We got about a minute left. What's your Christmas wish or Christmas message to the viewing audience out there?
Be happy. Give somebody a hug and tell them you love them. I mean, that's all we can do as Christians and as Buckeyes. You get to a Buckeye game, cheer them on to victory.
Big Nut, it's so great to have you here at the holiday time, and we want to wish everybody the merriest of Christmases from all of us to you. Scott Spears for the Big Nut here. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Happy holidays.